And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. You know who it is. It's your boy, Two T's, coming to you live from the Tab Studios. And we are bringing you another edition of That's a Bet podcast, our sports betting 101 6 series episode. Guys, you know I can't start any show without introducing the best co-host in all of podcast land. Y'all know him as Willie Baby. But since Willie Baby is having a baby, say it with me, guys. Willie Baby, baby. What's good with you, Willie Baby, baby?
Everything is good, man. Just locked and loaded this weekend. Got some stuff done this morning and ready to dive in today. So
Hey, we're gonna get into
good.
it, man. Look, I'm excited. This episode kind of here, we're gonna talk about money lines. In the last episode, we talked about the juice. In the first episode, we talked about the spread, but the money line is kind of the place that I think a lot of people are gonna jump into the sports betting world doing this. So it's kind of cool. I know for me, my first bet ever was actual money line bet. And before we do that, though, Will, we always got to shout out and plug ourselves. So, Will, where can they follow you on social media?
Group 13 Sports. Group 13 Sports. Group 13 Sports, Instagram and Twitter. Go do it.
Yep, go do it right now. You guys can follow me at Pineapple Picks 2Ts on Instagram and Twitter. Again, that's Pineapple Picks 2Ts. And please, please, please follow the show at That's a Bet Podcast on Instagram. You guys comment, like, drop any questions for us on there, guys. We'll answer those for you. So make sure you go do that now. Follow the show, please, and subscribe on our YouTube channel as well. We appreciate all the love. So, all right, Willie J, let's jump right into it. The money line, money line. It is interesting enough to talk about the spread and the juice, but I think the money line is kind of the place, like I said earlier, is where everybody's going to jump into the action. So will the money line, fundamentally, the baseline of this is the number. It's typically a 3-digit number, will occasionally 4, depending on how, heavy the odds are, with a plus or minus sign before it. And in essence, will, that is the determination. Do you think team A is going to win and they are a favorite, that'll be a minus sign? Or do you think team B is going to win, they're underdog, that'll have a plus sign next to it with those numbers? So we'll kind of dive into it, give us some examples and kind of break down how you look at money lines.
Money lines are very simple for me. It's your barbershop bet. It's I'm at the house with my friend and I say, who you want? Okay, I got Mike Tyson. Okay, you got Buster Douglas. Okay, we betting against each other.
Yep.
Who's gonna win the game? Who's gonna win the match? Who's gonna win, competition, whatever. Team A versus Team B. The thing that when we talked about this on one of our other shows, when we talked a little bit more about the juice, the vig,
Yep.
the fee on betting, right? So typically speaking, most of the money line bets that you get or that you come across are gonna have a higher fee to pay,
Yep.
right? Because most of unless it's an evenly matched game where both teams are even and we don't know who's going to win, right? And what you'll see, just so you guys know, just so you know, if you see an evenly matched game, there won't be a spread. It'll just say PK, which means pick them. You pick the side, right? So unless you see a game that's evenly matched where there is no point spread, there's going to be juice on it or vig, whatever you want to call it. So all I'm saying is, let's say once again we'll go back to the Dolphins and the Patriots. Dolphins playing the Patriots. We all know the Dolphins are going to win or lose this game. So the Patriots money line, if it's listed on there, it might be minus 600, right? So you can bet the Patriots money line. You're just saying, hey, I don't want to fool around with this point spread. I just want to bet that the Patriots are going to win. You can gladly do that. You're just going to pay a much higher fee on that. And that's basically what it is. I think Team A is going to beat Team B, so I want to bet on Team A, leave the spread out of it. Now, you're always going to pay a pretty large fee for that, but we'll talk a little bit later about how you can avoid paying that fee. We're not going to talk about it on this show, but we'll talk a little bit later on how you can avoid paying that fee on the money line.
Yep. And Will pretty much broke it down. To give you a different angle, I kind of want to jump into like the baseball side of it, which Will mentioned on one of our previous pods. Baseball is pretty much the number one bet that you do in MLB is money line, just because of the fact Will mentioned it previously. If a team's up 3-1 in the ninth inning and the bases are loaded with one out, they're going to give up a one run in most instances to that could make you lose a spread, and closer comes out, strikes out the next batter. They still win the game by one run. If you had the spread, which was 2.5, 3, you obviously lost. So the fact that a lot of times baseball, they give up stuff because it doesn't matter in certain instances, the money line is very, very important there.
Hockey too.
Yeah, hockey as well.
They'll
So kind of
take that goalie right off the goal.
yeah. So an example here, I kind of had one of the Yankees. Say the Yankees were minus 200. That basically means that a $200 money line bet on the Yankees would win you $100 versus the Red Sox. And the Red Sox in that situation would be a plus 200. So if you thought the Red Sox would win outright, which in a lot of instances in that scenario, especially in that rivalry, taking the Red Sox plus 200 is kind of juicy there. And I say juicy in a sense to get that word back into our vocabulary of the juice. If a play is juicy for me, I like the underdog because they have a strong chance, even with those type of odds, of upsetting that favorite with your money line pick. And remember, that's just money lines there with the plus sign next to it or the minus sign next to it. So with that being said, basketball, football, you're not going to see as many money lines in that. Pretty much correct, Will. The sports, heavy sports are hockey and baseball.
Pretty close to each other. Then you'll see the money line go in there. But
got you. Yep. So again, just to give you guys a quick reminder, the money line is the number that is typically a 3-digit, sometimes 4-digit number. That is followed by that leads with the plus or minus sign, and you'll normally see that right at the end of the of the line, when it normally it's the last thing you see, right?
I mean, it depends on what system you're using. I know on the system I use, you've got the spread and then you got the money line in the middle.
Gotcha. Yep, so, I was gonna say that too. Yeah,
it just because you got the spread, money line, and then the total, right? So it just depends on what you're looking at. But I'll give you an example. If you see at the bottom of the ticker, Floyd Mayweather getting ready to fight Conor McGregor, you might see it on ESPN, Floyd Mayweather, and you'll wonder, hey, what is that minus 1,500 next to Floyd Mayweather's name? What that is they're saying he's a minus 1,500 favorite of him winning the fight. You want to win $100, you got to risk 1,500 to win it.
Yep. That's pretty much what it is, and it goes across all sports. So with that being said, Will, and you kind of touched on it a little bit, our next episode, guys, we want to jump into the over-under. And this is probably my wheelhouse right here. And over-under is a lot of fun to talk about. So we're going to jump into that in episode 4. But Will, any last things you want to say about the money line before we get out of here, man?
Nope. I'll just say be smart with those money line bets because with these pro athletes, anything can happen. So if you can avoid paying heavy juice unless you just know it's an automatic layup, I would, proceed with caution when it comes to those money line bets.
Yep, I totally agree. All right, guys. Well, that's the money line there for your boy 2 T's. That is Willie J. Thank you for listening to another edition of That's a Bet Podcast, Sports Betting 101. Make sure you guys follow us on social media. Hey, click over, go on to the next one. Over-unders is next. Y'all go check it out.